Hey guys, this is John Corabi.
I'm Brian Tichy.
And we are the Dead Daisies, and you are watching Pets Get Rocked.
Let me hear you shout, put your hands in the air.
So it's Pets Get Rocked Video Bites. Two animal lovers that I love, John Corabi and my good friend Brian Tichy from the Dead Daisies. You guys have a great new record out called Make Some Noise. It is your third together as a band, second with the Crab. Tell me a little bit about the new record.
It rocks and it rolls and it rolls and it rocks and it doesn't stop. Either way, you can put it on at the end and play at the beginning, or vice versa. It's going to rock and it's going to roll, and it's kind of hard and kind of heavy. It's exciting. You've got John Corabi fronting us. I just keep time, and these guys go crazy, and they write amazing music and great. Doug Aldrich, the guitar solos, the guitar tones. David Lowe the other side, throwing the rhythms down. Marco Mendoza. It's a solid rock record.
And you know what I love too about it? It's like 45 minutes in and out. It's like one of those like bam, 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 like a short record. Great tunes and just a great rock and roll record. Was it always your goal to sort of go in and do that old school feel?
We actually, when we sat down and talked to Marty Fredrickson,
the
our
producer,
he asked us what we wanted to do, and we said we wanted to do a good old fashioned 70s classic, straight ahead, kick in the teeth rock and roll record, and he was all about it. And I think that we actually got together and wrote a bunch of stuff and recorded it live together in a room, like awesome. Everybody was in the room
the
with
way
Brian
it should
when
be.
He was doing, yeah.
The way it should
and we
be.
did the whole record again, and wrote it, recorded it, mixed it, and mastered it in 5 weeks.
Wow. So
I gotta say, when you say like 70s style, that a lot of people might talk like that, and then they come into a modern studio and it ends up still sounding modern. But we really didn't do the studio trickery stuff that so many bands do now. It's really, that's how John sings. You put a mic in front of him, that's what he sounds like. The drums were tuned, and that's what they sound like. Doug's guitars, Loey's guitars, Marco's bass. There's not. It's really the sound. Like when you put on your old favorite bands, you put on the Stones, it sounds like the Stones. Put on the Who, it sounds like the Who. They don't sound the same. We're hoping that translated in this record, that it just sounds like the guys who made the record together, without any of this fancy stuff that you can so easily do in the studio nowadays with minimal effort to make.
And rock and roll really needs great rock records. We need great rock records and rock bands and rock tours. Brian, I'm friends with you on Facebook, social media. We follow each other on social media. I've been seeing, and this is why I wanted to get you on Pets Get Rocked, you've rescue dogs. Yeah. You've got pups in the family. You've got kids, and you've got the whole dogs as the family dynamic. Tell me a little bit about the Tichy dogs and what they have meant to you.
We've had dogs around but as it stands now, there are three dogs we rescued: a black lab, a big female 90-pound black lab, and two pits. So they all get along great. Two females and a male, and it's all cool. And it took a little bit to get the two pits with Luna the black lab, but that was a while ago. So yeah, but we've had dogs around all the time. It's great. I mean, it's just if you're a dog lover, that's when you have that option to adopt, and you're saving a dog compared to. We many years ago had a chocolate lab. We purchased, we wanted a chocolate lab. But when you go, well, wait a second, we could do that again, or we can do something, that has a little bit more meaning than just, that kind of thing. So, but it's cool, man. If you're into dogs, you know it. Or if you're into pets, I've raised crows. That's a whole other story.
Wow,
but we've 3 crows over.
That's when I met Brian.
During the crow rising period, is that true?
You had a pet crow.
Wow. What was his name? Getty Lee or something?
Wow, interesting. No, it was Salem.
Okay.
It was Brandon Lee.
But it was across the yard next to me, and I was like, I didn't know anything, and I basically went over to the dogs. The crow's gonna get mauled by a cat or something. It made its way into a dog crate thing, and I brought it in the house, and it was a baby crow. I didn't know I had to feed it, so it was like 2 days nothing was going on. Salem starts feeding it herself, and basically lived on the ground. Thought she was a dog.
Wow, isn't that amazing?
But here's such an amazing personality. Great stories. Videotape of me playing racquetball with the crow, bouncing the ball back and forth, and all this stuff. And but yeah, it was it's a really really cool. Or be on my shoulder. People walk in, males should flip and face the other way. A female would walk in, she'd face a female.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Now, and John, you also are a doggy human. You're owned by dogs.
Yes, I have 2 rescues as well. I have a 85-pound pit lab mix
Oh,
named
I love
Rocky.
that. I love the bully breeds, and I love people supporting the bully breeds. They're
And
such babies.
A 50-pound border collie mix named Betty.
Yeah.
So we have Rocky and Betty.
And inspirational is always like your best friends. It doesn't matter if the tour's going well or if the studio day was good. The dogs don't give a crap.
I got to be honest with you. This is me personally. I think I have the coolest dogs ever. They are so well behaved, and I think they know. He was saying earlier about like when you adopt a dog, I think they know. Like, you know what I mean? I think they sense like, okay, I'm in a kill shelter right now, and I've only got like 3 days.
And a rock star is thinking about adopting me. I mean, that's like cha-ching, ching, payday for the dog.
You want to hear the coolest thing about my dog? So my mother-in-law comes to visit from Florida, and I live in Nashville, and it was raining, and somehow over the course of like 3 or 4 months, 5 months, whatever, the dogs would go outside to do their business and come in, and it would rain. So we had hardwood floors, and you'd see paw prints everywhere. So my wife would go and clean up all the paw prints. So then we started laying towels down, and we brought them in one at a time, and we would dry them off, and we would say, dry your feet. Come on, let me dry you. So now when we come in, we open the door and we lay the towels out when it's raining. They go out, they do their business, come in, and I go, dry your feet. And they just stop.
I
on the road,
love that.
And they move their paws.
Even
back and
Crab
forth.
doesn't do dry your feet when he comes
I
in
do
from
not
the
dry my
driveway.
feet.
That's amazing. That is awesome. Guys, thank you guys so much for sharing your stories.
I watched like animals, America's Funniest Animals a bunch of years ago, and I saw somebody taught their lab to dive to the deep end, the bottom of a pool, and I was like, no way. So that's when I had Talia, my chocolate lab. She was probably like 3 or 4 at the time. And little by little, I put her ball under, and she eventually got her head under. Then she'd jump and go. I got her down to like 8 feet to get a ball, and I was like, but it was amazing. I stopped doing it after a while because I was nervous.
See, here's what I'm thinking: Dead Daisies' second career, dog trainers. You guys are incredible. Cesar Millan has nothing on you guys. Guys, thank you guys so much. Smoochie. Mwah.